Hello everybody, welcome back to The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus with me, Flik. I'm about to give you a seed, and that is not lewd, and do not take it out of context, because otherwise this will get demonetized. YG1X29WD is the seed in our first item room. Oh. Okay, that's fine. I would have preferred to know what it was, because there's many things that would not have been fine, but Toxic Shock, especially on an early floor, is pretty good. Although I just realised it doesn't carry on if a fly splits instantly. Like when the smaller flies appeared, they were not poisoned. I will check the curse room since there's a heart here. So this is what instant regret feels like, huh? Also, were they not poisoned, or do they just have a lot of HP? God damn. This is not a good start. First video of the day, it might be a little bit more obvious. I feel like I'm a little bit like my voice has dropped a couple of tones, is that the word I'm looking for? Octaves? I sound a bit deeper than normal. It's a mixture of hay fever, bad weather, and it being early. I say bad weather because for whatever reason my hay fever gets worse when it's raining. During the summer anyway, obviously. I don't know why. Did I see a dog lying down next to me? Yes I did. Good, at least I know where she is. Hopefully there'll be no jump scares in this particular video. She's been finding her voice a lot more often now. Oh no, Toxic Shock made them run faster instantly. That was unfortunate. So yeah, she's getting a bit more... Also, I whistled a bit there. She's getting a bit more vocal. Which is fine. It's good to have a guard dog. Bark at anything that she thinks is untowards. Problem is that she keeps on barking at... Apparently not... I mean, dogs have fantastic hearing, so she's probably just hearing something I'm not hearing when she's doing this, but... There are occasions where it seems like she's barking at literally nothing. Ooh, hello, first floor Joker maybe. And hello, a little horn who's thankfully not a champion. Because I go through when she's sometimes like barking her ass off. Sorry, barking her ass off. I can't hear a damn thing. I don't even hear like a loud car or anything, which can set her off because she isn't very fond of loud noises. With Maya, it was mostly high-pitched noises. With Sora, it is just loud. In fact, high-pitched noises don't seem to bother her at all. Like, I tried a dog whistle just to see if she would react. Didn't seem to even notice it was a thing. Jesus. Why is Little Horn taking so long to die with base damage? And Toxic Shock to start with, too. You should be weaker than that. And Toxic Shock should be more effective than that. I don't want to use a bomb. I need them for Tinted Rocks on the next floor, ideally. I'm also hoping for a good bonus deal with the devil. If it's Krampus, we could be screwed. Because Krampus on the first floor, when we've had no stat ups, is almost certainly a loss. Unless you're playing as Zazo, I suppose. Or Samson, maybe. Now, we don't know what we're taking. It's more HP, that's good. So I'm going to go grab that half heart and then Joker card. I don't think I missed a Tinted Rock. I would like to break this because we might be able to grab some money. Oh, there's a diamond. It got knocked out. Nice. Nice. Just nice. The secret room is almost certainly on the right of the room I just came from. So I'm going to go to it. That's a luck up penny right there. That one right there is a luck up penny. Unlimited bombs. Bit late. But that's okay. So if I put a bomb there and then... Yeah, okay, hang on. Can we do the same again? Okay, that's fine. I'm going to hold on to my money though because I don't know what I'm picking up. Oh, but a deal with the devil, I'm not going to know what I'm taking either. I'll still take it. Dark Princess Crown. I believe it's bad. I've forgotten again what it even does. I just know that everybody tells me it's bad. I'm going to try and commit it to memory by checking again. This is our super duper final time I'm checking for this stupid item. Isaac, Dark Prince's Crown. Passive effect. Oh, hang on. When at exactly 1 heart, some of Isaac's stats are increased. Range, tier, and shot speed. It's not even damage. Jesus. Yeah, that's not very good at all. And we need to lose one more red heart. And yeah, it says exactly one red heart too. You can't be on one or less. So yeah, obviously if I'd known it was that, I would have re-rolled it. Tried for something better. Tried for a better 2 heart deal, honestly. But we did get 2 black hearts, so technically we didn't lose any HP. It's just some of it is transient as opposed to permanent. That's fine. Another reason I might be feeling a little bit rusty is I've started playing Gungeon again because finally the Gungeons and Dragons update landed. That was supposed to be out back in September, I think, first of all, and then it was supposed to be December, and then they decided a Switch version was more important, so they just kept on putting it off, and now finally, at the end of July, well, yeah, but the latter half of July, they finally released it. And has it been worth the wait? Kinda, yeah. Having all these new weird synergies to find is definitely a nice change of pace. I am going to go find the item room first. Oh good, Curse of the Maze. Some runs you can still go without finding any synergies, which is a little bit of a shame, but Isaac is like that too. Or the synergies you find, you maybe can't quite work out what they've done for you, or they just aren't as useful as other things you found. It's a fantastic change though, and I'm looking forward to finding more. Little Gurdy, not good enough. I will take Mysterious Liquid. See, if this was Gungeon, Mysterious Liquid and Toxic Shock would synergize in some fashion, and you'd get something like the Epidemic synergy I found in a run. And I won't spoil what it did, but it's worth seeing because it was a fantastic synergy. Very, very fun. Maybe just use one bomb there. Ooh, a half-price map. I was going to go for a Spirit Heart, but a half-price map and compass we already have. See if I can get that last penny by entering this room. If I could trouble you. They lived through Toxic Shock is garbage. I did not realise it did such pathetic damage. I honestly expected it to be better. Alright, we didn't get the penny, so we'll take the Spirit Heart instead and go kill Uden Boss. The problems with Gungeon are still there. They didn't address any of the lingering issues. The bosses having too much HP, the High Priest being a badly designed boss, the early stages being a little dull if you're good at the game. I don't want to boast, but I hadn't played the game since December, and I won 3 games in a row. Although when I first started playing it was dicey. I got hit on the first floor like 3 times, and that does not normally happen. If I'm going to get hit on the first floor in Gungeon, it's usually by the boss. Like, never by a standard enemy. But at the time of recording this episode, I'm still touching the surface in terms of like the new items. Only seen maybe like 6 or 7 synergies of apparently like 500. And I haven't gotten to any of the new areas yet, although I have fought a couple of new mid-bosses. And I know what to do to get to the new area, roughly speaking, so we'll see if that's at all fun. Bullet hell still sucks as well. It's still way too long, and the Lich is a bad final boss. I expected too much to hope that they would fix some of the lingering problems, but I'm happy that they just added interesting stuff. So we could get ourselves down to 1 heart here. I'm forgetting if that's Juice's shadow. No, that's my shadow, right? That's the worst one. I don't want the hairball, but I can't reroll. I guess I'm taking the reroll. And I will take... Oh, it is my shadow. Yeah, okay. So the crown is activated. We've got 5 tier 8 good range and a shot speed up as a result. If more HP drops, I will take it. The stats it gives you are not so amazing that it really makes it worth holding on to at the cost of additional HP up. Unless we find a way to generate a lot of Spirit Hearts, I suppose. Oh good, Retrovision. There's something that's definitely worth keeping in the game. Maybe Toxic Shock increases with your damage or something, because I feel like I've had it before and it didn't seem as worthless as not being able to kill a yellow fly. Explosivo. It's an okay tier effect. Against certain things, it's useless because the tiers fall off before they can explode. Let's fight the boss since we're here. And see what we get. Ooh, Ragman 2 or Mega Ragman or whatever the hell he's called. Not a... Never mind. Ooh. Okay. Ah, you do have to have exactly one red heart, huh? Because I've got less than one red heart and it's not activated. Yeah, Dark Princess Crown is trash tier, pathetic garbage. If it gave you a crap ton of damage, then sure. I have 1 penny. Why am I going to the shop? Let's just go. Alright, we're now very powerful. Well, we're reasonably powerful with a good tier rate. Obviously, our only problem is HP. Because we have no way of generating more temporary hearts. And tin rocks have been thin on the ground. We will go fight a Sin. Let's see, nothing worth grabbing there. Sloth. He is going to explode. He dropped get out of jail free? Is that? No, that's the mom foot for 1 room. I'm just going to go quickly use it in combat. Just so it's useful for something. Get splatted. Oh, it's the hands. Never mind. Those enemies were never seen from, heard or seen from again. Can you say seen from? I mean, they were never heard from again. That makes sense. They were never seen from again. No, that doesn't sound right to me. It might be acceptable in ye olde English, maybe, but it doesn't sound right to my ears now. Hitherto forthwith, they were never seen from againeth. Please explode. Thank you. Our item room is over there. Again, we can pretty much just ignore the shop, because we know it can't be greed since there's another Sin on the floor. Assuming that is still a rule. Because Gungeon threw some of the rules out. That's a sticking point for something they've made worse. The only thing I found that's been made worse so far by the Gungeons and Dragons update. I'll go to the item room first and then probably still do that. They changed the rules for how key generation works in the shops. It used to be that if you didn't pick up a key, even if one dropped prior to finding the shop... Ooh, that is a massive range down. I'll risk it because we have pretty good range. That's... As long as I'm moving, my range is okay. But if I stand still and fire, it's not. Yes, as I was saying, back in the day, the trick was, even if a key dropped as you explore the floor, don't pick it up until you've seen the shop, because that way you're guaranteed to generate at least 1 key in the shop. They've changed it so that isn't a thing anymore, but they've changed it in the worst way possible. They should have just made it that a key was guaranteed, regardless of what you did, because you need keys to make a run fun and unique and interesting. Instead, they just made it so that it has no influence and shops can just not have keys now, and there's nothing you can do about it. That, coupled with the fact that in the Gungeons and Dragons update, without going into too many details for spoilers, there's a new item that very frequently occurs. It almost seems like you could get it once per run guaranteed, assuming you open all chests, and it makes the chest essentially have nothing in it. So that, plus the ability of not necessarily getting keys from the shop guaranteed anymore, bad decisions. Very bad decisions. Not enough to detract from the game itself. I'm still thoroughly enjoying trying to discover all the new synergies. It especially helps that the synergies have been given like unique names and references in themselves. Like we had a 40k reference, we've had a Bloodborne reference. All that stuff is great. I was going to use the Sun card finally, but not against a boss that's going to die so easily. Goodbye. Experimental treatment? No. Toothpicks? Yeah. Oh wait, we already had max tier rate. That was a waste. I should have re-rolled it. Dicey. I'm going to go back for the battery just in case we need to re-roll early on the next floor. I am tempted by Liberty Camp because it occasionally gives you damage up, but I like being able to open up gold chests for free. Curse room. Hang on, we have 7 bombs. I'm going to check if the secret room is adjacent to the curse room. Nope, definitely is not. Never mind. The second secret room is probably here. Yeah. And it had a couple of spiders in it. Jolly good. Dicey run. Not liking the way this one is looking at all. I shouldn't have taken Cricket's body either, honestly. I feel like I have made a mistake. There's a tinted rock there. I'd love some spirit hearts. Oh, it was full of bombs. Alright then. Also, it already exploded because an explosivo shot was stuck to one of the turrets and it caught it in the blast. What am I doing here? Where's the other switch? Oh, bottom right. I hate gravity. No, I don't. Please don't take my gravity away. I need it for standing on things. Ooh. It had to be one of those turrets, didn't it? It's regenerating. Oh. Oh! If an explosivo shot explodes successfully, it breaks into a bunch of tiny ones because of Cricket's body. That's kind of cool. I will take Fatwood Mushroom, I want the damage. It gives you 1 HP, so we'll... Oh wait, the heart has to also be filled, or you don't get Dark Prince's Crown's bonuses. What an absolutely terrible item. And it's a 2-heart deal. Why is that a 2-heart deal? Even if it was a 1-heart deal, it still wouldn't be worth it. What the hell? What a terrible item that definitely should have been made better. Alright, well we'll fill that. There we go. Oh good. Some range. A very small amount because any range up we get now is nerfed thanks to Cricket's body. Although again, because our shot speed is high, if we move and fire, our range is like double what it's claiming to be. Ooh, unlimited keys. Let's see how stats up, or the one that gives you a bunch of spirit hearts. Yes. Oh no! We lost Dark Prince's crown. How terrible. I was going to go into another side story there, and I've forgotten what it was. Oh, I made a stupid buying decision this morning. Because a while ago I had the urge, I guess because I've been reading all these Batman comics, I had the urge to rewatch the Batman animated series from the early 90s. Which to this day is really, really good. I hope. Anyway, at least this is nostalgia talking, but I hear people always singing its praises that weren't even necessarily born at the time it was aired. So I wanted to watch it, and it's available on Amazon, like on demand video. And I kept on meaning to just like get it on that. And I think the reason I didn't is because I'm on like family plan not Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime. So if I had my own Amazon Prime, I could have just watched it for free. But because I was on the family one, I wasn't able to. So I was like, I'm not paying for Amazon Prime just to watch a cartoon from my childhood. We'll think on caffeine pill for a second here. Please drop lump of coal even though my range is garbage. Thank you. I will take meat on the bone. Sorry, that's a Slave Aspire card. So yeah, as I was saying, in hindsight, I've still made the worst decision though, because I've spent more money than it would have been to honestly get a year of... Oh, maybe. No, it's slightly less than a year of Amazon Prime actually, so never mind. I have saved myself a little bit of money. But what I opted to do was... There's a DVD collection of all 4 seasons of the original cartoon. And I thought to myself, what a wonderful world. And then I thought to myself, I really do want to rewatch that, so I'm going to get that DVD box set. Apparently there is a Blu-ray box set coming out, but it doesn't seem to be available in the UK. It might be an American only thing at present, or at time of me saying these words to you. And I also don't notice much of a difference with Blu-ray compared to DVD, honestly. Other than you can see people's pimples better, which doesn't really make any difference to me at all. So I have ordered myself the DVD collection of all 4 seasons of Batman the Original Animated Series. And I'm thoroughly looking forward to spending my upcoming Monday watching that. Although I don't think I could get through it, and like even on my day off, I'm relatively busy. I use that to do my food shopping. Still got to walk the dog twice. I use my days off from streaming / recording, although sometimes I do record on my days off, to get real life stuff done. So I end up not even having that much time to do other things. But I will make because the episodes of the animated series were what, 21-minute long episodes, 4 seasons of like 13 episodes each. Yeah, that is going to take a little while to get through, isn't it? The map. Let's see what he drops. I'm probably I will buy the map actually. So now we have map and compass. We will never be lost again. The credit card, no. I will take Humbling Bundle, and then I'll say, see you in hell, I'm leaving. So yeah, but that's going to be arriving for me tomorrow, although it's not my day off tomorrow, sadly, so I'll just need to have it sitting. But I'm looking forward to it. I don't remember the later seasons of it nearly as well as I remember the... Oh, hello, Dark Bum. As I remember the early seasons. Like, I don't remember it once they introduced Robin particularly very well. I think that was season 3 of 4 that he got added. But yeah, that was the heyday of Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. Wonderful Art Deco style. I still remember the fantastic intro music as well, and like the lead up to Batman appearing with the blimp and the cops. I still remember that. I'm not sure which informed the other, but I've been reading comics from the kind of same era, late 80s, early 90s. I'm thinking very specifically of like Long Halloween is from that time period, and so is the follow-up Dark Victory. And they have a very kind of Art Deco printed style as well. So either the animated series was kind of aping what was in terms of like comic book style at the time, or because the animated series was so popular, the comic books changed their art style to somewhat replicate it. It's like very, very simplistic shapes and colours, but very thickly coloured and atmospheric. Very, very good use of just like smears of colour. Oh hey, I made it to Dark Rush. To Boss Rush, I was not even paying attention to that. There is actually a good item here. Am I doing this? I'm not taking that. I have to take damage to grab the bloody thing. We're going to be very powerful now. As long as we stay close to an enemy, which we're going to anyway because of the tears we have. Look at my face if you can see it. That plus the tear rate we've got going on. And for the first time I didn't even notice I was going quickly, honestly. I was just talking about Batman. I'd like to sound like a gigantic comic nerd now, because I read lots of Batman comics now, so I think I constitute myself as one. I saw the trailer for Titans, which is... I don't know if it's a TV show or a new movie from the DC cinematic universe about the Teen Titans, but because Teen Titans is a stupid name, and I do agree it is, they're just calling them Titans. Well, I think they changed that to the comics as well, right? Because eventually they weren't teenagers, so it made sense. Either way, I saw the trailer to that because I heard people talking about it. So I thought, right, I'm not interested in DC movies, but I'm going to go watch it. Holy hell, did it make me angry. It's like, how can you get the character of Dick Grayson that badly wrong? He's got the worst personality traits of Jason Todd and Damian Wayne. Like the ones that make him utterly unlikable to anyone except an edgy kid. Dick Grayson's whole shtick is that he's almost as good as Batman, but he's got a sense of humour, and he's essentially got the same kind of combat personality as Spider-Man does. Where Spider-Man makes himself feel less worried about the situation by making jokes at the expense of the villain he's fighting. Dick Grayson is the exact same way. He's also a much more complex character than, oh, he has some falling out with Bruce Wayne, so he says fuck Batman, and that makes him cool. I like Dick Grayson as a character. He's my favourite... Well, actually, no, he's not my favourite Robin, because I like him better after his tenure as Robin. Once he has to go make it on his own, and then he keeps on getting pulled back because of stuff happening to Batman. Like, I've read a few of the stories where Dick Grayson is Batman because Bruce Wayne is gone. For various reasons. And they're really good. Like, the Black Mirror is one where he's Batman. That is a really good one. That's where he's comfortable pretending to be Batman now. So he's kind of putting on just a bad impersonation, but at the same time he's adding his own little twist. Although that does get him in trouble because, well, minor spoilers, but one of the villains works out who he is based on the fact that while he's fighting, he's smiling. As opposed to Batman's usual dour expression. So that was a good one. And then I read one just called Batman and Robin, which is his first attempt at being Batman with Damian as his Robin, and it goes terribly wrong, and he doesn't think he's got it in him. That's from the New 52 timeline, though. This is the nerdiest conversation I've had with myself. Usually, like, Cortus here or something to bounce off of during a Monster Hunter night. But yeah, it looks awful. I hate what they've done with the Dick Grayson character. If you're going to make it that type of character, make it be Damian. Make it just be an older Damian, like the Bruce Wayne of the DC Cinematic Universe had a kid quite early on, to Talia al Ghul or whatever, and make him be like someone who's grown up to resent him. Then the story makes sense and it's in keeping with the comics. Dick Grayson has never been that type of person, ever. At least not in any of the major stories I've read. I know there's like basically every storyline ever has been done at this point. None of the memorable ones, none of the ones you hear people talking about when they say, if you want to read a good Batman story, you read this one, is one about Dick Grayson being an asshole. None of them. So it's very annoying to see them bastardize a character like that. It is weird. DC makes such terrible, terrible movies. And yet I love the Batman comics. Whereas Marvel makes fantastic films, and I don't really like their comics. And I've been giving them more chance. I probably mentioned in an Isaac episode before, I read the comic book version of Civil War, and it was, you know, it was fine. Don't really like how it ended, but other than that, it was fine. IV bag, no thank you. But I didn't stand it, like, it's not nearly as memorable as any of the Batman notable comics I've read. Why did I pick it up again? I didn't re-roll it yet. Ah, I don't have a charge, that would be why. But yeah, I gave Secret War a try, which is a storyline in the Marvel Universe where, honestly, I could probably see them doing this one after the whole Thanos thing is done. It's a storyline where Earth has been secretly invaded by the Krull and they've taken the place of celebrities, people in power, and superheroes without anybody realizing. And it's kind of like, oh, it's an excuse to have superheroes technically fighting each other because nobody trusts anybody and you're not sure who's who. Is Wolverine a Krull? Is Spider-Man? It might be Krell, I honestly don't remember now. It was way too bloated with heroes I didn't recognize. The only good thing I enjoyed about Secret War, other than the art being good, is that it's post-Civil War. So both Thor and Captain America are supposed to be dead, but they both kind of reappear to help fight the Krull. And they have a great conversation with each other being like, hey, weren't you dead? No, but weren't you dead? And then they both also still hate Iron Man because Iron Man is an absolute cock in the comics of the Marvel Universe. They both just tell him how pathetic he is, and he gets all depressed, and it's wonderful. That was the standout point. And I also read Infinity Gauntlet, which is just, it's a story from the late 70s or early 80s. By the art style, it's got to be very old. And it's just the story of Thanos has all the Infinity Gems, so it's him versus the universe. Given that it was very dated, I don't feel it's right to criticize it too much, but it's very, very goofy. And Thanos comes across like an incel? Can I say that? He spends the whole goddamn thing pining after Death. And Death is just like, no, I don't want your Thanos stick. And he's like, no, bitch, you will have my Thanos stick. And she's like, no, I don't want your Thanos stick. Alright, I'm going to destroy the universe for you. And then he does. And pardon me. And then Adam Warlock has to like get the whole universe to fight Thanos. But then he just makes things happen that makes him win. But Death still doesn't want his Thanos stick. So then he's upset. And then he gets defeated. And that's the story. It was bad. It was pretty bad. It was kind of funny the way some of the heroes were defeated. But at the same time, meh. It didn't grab me. Marvel does not do good comics. They do fantastic films. But very, very dull comics. And the reason I read Civil War was interest after seeing the movie. The reason I read Secret War is because I heard it was like one of the ones where if you ask people, what's a good Marvel storyline to read that you don't need lots of like prior knowledge to enjoy? And I had Secret War recommended to me. Wasn't that great? The Infinity Gauntlet one was just idle curiosity, mostly. As I say, I didn't realise when I got it to try it out that it was so old. I should definitely be letting Dark Bomb take these hearts. Why am I not doing that? When I say DC does excellent comics, I've never read like a Wonder Woman or a Superman comic or a Flash comic. I'm specifically meaning they do good Batman comics. I've never heard anyone really shit talk their other heroes in terms of comic book form. Ooh. Please, please, sir, I need to... Thank you. Did I let him get those? No, I didn't. So I don't know, maybe the Superman comics, Batman, or Wonder Woman rather, Flash, maybe they're bad. Court tells me their over DC animated movies are good. It's just their live action ones that are bad. Oh, that's the other half of the story I totally forgot to tell. I've decided to test that theory, because when I ordered the animated box set, one of the recommended suggestions was the Blu-ray of Gotham by Gaslight. And that's a graphic novel that keeps on getting recommended to me as a Batman story to read, and I've never gotten around to it. So I thought, okay, well, the animated DCU movies are supposed to be good. Here's one that's based on a comic people keep telling me to read that I keep forgetting about. Why not give it a go? It had good reviews-ish on Amazon, so I thought, why not? It's a story of a Victorian-era Gotham, even though America didn't have a Victorian era, but still. Suspension of disbelief, etc. Where there is a Batman, there's a Commissioner Gordon, etc., etc., and they have to find and stop Jack the Ripper. And that sounds like a neat premise for a non-contemporary story in the Batman universe. I know there's also that one from Japan where Batman is a samurai. I was tempted by that one as well, but I was already spending so much money, I was like, I need to pull back here. I'm going too deep. There's still time to save myself. Nuts to you, Dark Princess Crown. Nuts to you. We've made it to Hush. I don't want to do Hush. I was thinking of doing it just for like how fun it would be to say, oh hey, I beat Hush. He's not a fun fight. He's like the Lich in Gungeon. It's not worth doing. If it was fun, if it didn't take 50 minutes, it'd be worth doing, but it's too slow even if you have fantastic damage. Because of bad decisions. Why is my Maw AoE so much bigger than normal? That's like twice the size it normally is. Is that Cricket's body it's synergizing with? What else could be doing that? My range stat is garbage, so maybe it's the shot speed stat? That's dangerous. Yeah, I'm not sure specifically what's making that AoE so much bigger. Oh! Bloody crown. Don't want that, but thanks anyway. We are destroying. If Hush was a normal boss and didn't have the super armor mechanic, we would also have destroyed him. But because he has that mechanic, it ain't worth doing. I remember those are there after we've finished having a discussion with Mr. Isaac. He's in there somewhere. Thanks, RNG. I can't go back out for the heart because otherwise I'll get sucked into the void, so down we go. Down to the chest in 30 minutes. A new record for me. That's a mild exaggeration, but not as much as you would think. That's the bad one. I don't want chocolate milk because I don't want to spam my button, so we'll just reroll these. Daddy Longlegs is fine. Guillotine is probably fine given how fast we're firing. I'll reroll those two. And we'll just head to Blue Baby. We're strong enough that we know we've won. Good talk though. I like getting nerdy about comic books now that I'm kind of into them. Probably a bit on the old side for it, but I never got into comics when I was young. I was never really into manga when I was younger either. It wasn't until mid-teens that I started reading manga. I'd started watching anime prior to that. But then I was like, why not just go straight to the source material instead of watching anime? Anime is kind of annoying sometimes. Don't tell the anime community I said that. I need their Twitch Prime subscriptions. Goodbye, war. Also, no, I can't do that voice. It hurts the throat. The doctor says I'm not allowed to say that voice anymore. I went to a doctor and he was like, have you been saying "ma" in a really deep, overly exaggerated voice? I was like, yeah. He's like, don't do that. I was like, okay. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Ta-ta for now.